It's Week 17 of the National Football League. And up next is the Texans' sure-handed wide receiver. He's one of the league's best, currently third in the NFL in receiving yards. It's the Texans and the Titans, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today, Week 17 is upon us, and we've got a good one in store here, as it'll be the Tennessee Titans taking on the Houston Texans. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Titans, this is maybe the reverse. The final two-week stretch of the 2023 regular season, and we are underway Week 17 here on this New Year's Eve. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And a glance here at the veteran who will be leading them now in his 8th year in the NFL.
And he's got to be feeling pretty good about his individual performance from last week's game. I mean, he did throw 4 touchdown passes, so he's in sync with his receivers, and they're very confident. Did have 1 interception.
Yeah, the 1 pick.
And
they lost.
Yeah, so no matter how many touchdowns he threw, if it comes in a loss, he's not going to be satisfied.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. He'll drop to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. You talk about this Titan defense. Against the pass, they've had some issues. Ranked number 23 in the NFL right now.
They'll take that play right there each and every snap, because throughout this season, they've given up some big plays. To be able to hold someone to...
Yeah, I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Titans are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over 1st and 10. So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. And a look at the man under center. Now in his 8th season in the National Football League.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game. So he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win.
The numbers on the ground for Williams a week ago. 19 carries, 126 yards.
And when he went over 1,000 yards last week, you know what it did for their offense? It gave them a true identity, because everyone's going to talk about this. The offensive line's going to take pride in it. Of course, the guy carrying the football will. But how about the coaching staff? When they go in and talk contracts, when they talk to reporters, hey, we have a 1,000-yard rusher this year. That means something in today's NFL.
McNair. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, it's got nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're open to do it consistently here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. But now he appears to be in some pain. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. McNair to throw. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. A great effort there. Laying himself out in the end zone. And the Titans are on the board first here this afternoon. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down and score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stuff it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now Janikowski following the score. He'll boot this one away. This will come out to the 25 as Lewis going to opt to not return it. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands and make the offensive move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
For the right play, yeah.
That too.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Welcome back, everyone, to NRG Stadium in Houston. It's the Titans holding on to the football as we jump into the action in quarter number 1.
Ready.
A first down carry for Smith. And just shedding him off there. Down the left sideline. And he's going to get this all the way down to the 2 before he's wrestled out. A big play that time for the Titans. 41 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Smith diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
Now Janikowski following the score. He'll boot this one away. This will come out to the 25 as Lewis going to opt to not return it. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans. And they'll have it just 5 yards away from pay dirt here, 1st and goal. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Smith trying to run for it. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. Now McNair. zone, but it's incomplete.
Quick hands that time to knock that one away. Sure looked like a short touchdown, but able to get a good break up the football and force the incompletion.
They'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they're going to give up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
This will come out to the 25 as Lewis going to opt to not return it. And here comes the Texans now. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
He'll look to throw. Throw left side, completion to Rice. And he's going to be taken to the ground right there at the 35-yard line. 3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. Now a handoff up the middle. It's done. And he is going to have a Texans first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches. Kind of an odd schedule this year. These two teams getting their 2 games in very late in the season. Their first meeting just a few weeks ago back in week 15. And it was the visiting Texans who came away with a victory. So they'll look to take the season series if they can win here in Houston. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 21 carries, 75 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down. And, Charles, this defense, they know that they've got their work cut out for them. Here's a quarterback coming off a game in which he threw 4 touchdowns. They've watched the tape all week. They've seen it, but what can they do differently?
I think they've got to approach it like a pitcher facing a really hot batter. Get him uncomfortable in the box. Change speeds, change locations, change the pitches you throw at him. So show different coverages, blitz sometimes, drop back other times. Just don't let him get comfortable or let him get into rhythm.
On 2nd down now. It's done. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Right back to him on first down. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 17-0 our score after 1. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. They'll keep it on the ground. Done. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That good for 22 and a first down. That was excellent from start to finish, from the blocking to the running, just well executed.
And now let's look ahead, because after that, how about a little play action, maybe a little bootleg, and get the quarterback out on the corner and give him a little run pass option.
And they're right down here looking for 6. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And oh, it'll be intercepted. And the Titans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Charles, one thing that he referenced difference to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight, and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off.
They begin with a run by Smith. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might well go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. They had points on their first 2 possessions, a touchdown and a field goal, but this time, defense stands strong.
Would you say that things maybe are trending now in the right direction for them?
Better than drives 1 and 2.
There's no doubt about it. Now maybe they can exhale a little bit, gather themselves, and really get back into this game.
46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans back out there and ready to go. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right,
throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. 2nd and 5. He finds his man complete. That's done. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Campbell making the catch. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a 2nd defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this one is incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Here's 2nd and 10. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Here's McNair. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Titans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st down, Titans.
Now McNair. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
Let's rock and roll, baby. Let's go, boy. Let's go. Let's go now. Let's go.
Now McNair looking for a first down throw. This will be caught by Brown.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
To throw, McNair. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the first.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Second down and a little more than a yard here. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it fourth down. On fourth down, Mike Vrabel says, let's get 3 out of this. He sends on the field goal unit. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. So it's 4th and 1. They wind up taking the 3. I'm not sure that offensive unit, judging by the sideline, Charles, was in 100% agreement with the decision.
No, not at all. But the head coach has final call on this. We know that. But let's face it, offenses want to feel like, hey, you believe in us, let us go for it. We'll see if that is a problem for them moving forward in this game.
This will come out to the 25. It's Lewis going to opt to not return it. The Texans with the football here late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throw left side here, complete to Campbell. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the third. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I liked what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Inside handoff, Smith. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Holding.
Welcome back, everyone, to NRG Stadium in Houston. It's the Titans in possession of the football as we get you right back into the action in the third. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Smith up the middle. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up.
But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Okay, break. Check it.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And the Texans scoop it. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
So certainly not at all what you're looking for. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Morgan. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
2nd and 11 now.
Back to throw here.
That ball caught. It's Rice.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
We'll get this up to about the 44. This, the second meeting between these two division rivals. You might recall they met earlier in the year, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
Fielded at the 20.
Holding. Receiving team.
So holding there on the return, and that'll back them up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
On 1st down, it's McNair. And it's intercepted. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. His fourth touchdown on the year. And the Texans take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point right down the middle. And that cuts this lead down to 13. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Titans getting set and ready to go here for their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Just a yard in the pickup there. They'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
From the 31, here's a 2nd and 9. McNair. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. On 2nd down, it's done. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Man, and he hits him in stride. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And it's caught. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans have cut it back within a score. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will shrink to 6. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Titans set and ready to go on offense. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And shooting him off now open field. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 61 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
That's a first down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10.
And the Titans first down.
Again, it's Smith. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. A solid run on first down. Welcome back, everyone, to NRG Stadium in Houston. It's the Titans in possession of the football as we get you right back into the action in the third. On second down, here's Smith. Escaping a tackle at the 25. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 92 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
He'll buy some time right. His throw caught at about the 5. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage one play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up first and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far on this drive. This offense on the march.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. A great play there. His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Titans will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Now Mike Vrabel going to tell the offense to go for 2 here. They'll try and run it here. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. Now Janikowski following the score. He'll boot this one away. This will come out to the 25. It's Lewis going to opt to not return it. And now out comes Houston. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they got me pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. Back now in Houston. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line well falls short of the first down marker. 3 yards all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
The Texans send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. And taken right at the 35. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it'll be Titan football. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He is knocking on the door for 100 yards in this ball game.
And it's so important. It doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal, just short of it, a little bit over. A little bit over feels better to everyone. Offensive line, running back, team totals. Just something magical about breaking that barrier.
And he's right there on the doorstep now.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now McNair. Open man here is Prohl. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. On now is the Titans punter as he's on to kick it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
2nd and inches at the 17-yard line.
They're going to look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. 4th quarter, every drive so critical. And you figure may only get 1 more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
Triple foul. Defense.
But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's done. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down. Back to throw again. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Morgan. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. They'll look to throw again. And that is incomplete.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10. Looking to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with a football. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Smith as he'll try to run some clock. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Here we go. At the 31-yard line.
They'll run it again with Smith. And he'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3.
Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
And he will have a Titans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
And the Titans 1st down.
They keep it with Smith on 1st down. And he'll work down inside the 45. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. A handoff to Smith. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Here's a give to Smith. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4 but got 3. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that not just important to the fact that it widens their lead, but really that was a textbook job of just hanging on to the football.
And we know all the time that coaches talk about time of possession. Sometimes it's a stat that doesn't matter much, but in this drive, it matters a lot. They want to reduce time and score points and lock this game down.
This will come out to the 25 as Lewis going to opt to not return it. So now the Texans down by 15. Just over a minute 40 to play. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle, hauled in by Campbell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. It's Campbell. Here's a 2nd and 7. Now back to throw. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he throws.
And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. Hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. The Titans go victory formation as they take a knee.
Let's go now.
They go down to a knee and a sigh of relief as they are into the win column for the first time this year.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happy are they?
I remember a coach in a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you